The Podical sound.
Podcast, you can't win. Talking a good game, you can't win. Topics never lame, you can't win. Win.
Watch your average Joseph. Marvelous.
It's ridiculously funny, but funny.
Welcome back to the best no judgment zone space in the world, because neither one of us don't have any law degrees. I am marvelous.
He really is marvelous. He's not miraculous. I would probably refrain and say miraculous. And I am not your average Joseph. Because I feel not your average after turn of the events. Yeah.
And we are the Podical Sons.
You are the Podical Sons.
Let's start the show.
Damn, nigga, don't try to scare me and try to make me the only son out here.
Can I ask you how was your week? Before we unpackage how my week turned out?
My week was going good until a Friday.
We get you that there. Make sure you're good. You're good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Until a Friday.
Yeah. So, okay. So we're taking it from the... Okay, so...
Yeah.
To the folks at home...
Probably wondering what the hell we beefing about without beefing.
We beefing without beefing. But to the folks at home, if you're new to this, welcome.
Welcome.
You got a lot to unpackage, and hopefully you don't get lost in the mustard. You're just catching up. To the regular deglers, enjoy. You about to brace yourself for a new lesson, new laughs, and whole new turn of events that happened to the boy. I'm still fresh with the hospital band on.
He's got the hospital band still on.
Still have the hospital band on. Yes, YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. All of the above. We welcome the convo. We enjoy it. The Ask the Sons as well. Spotify, Google Play, iHeartRadio, Apple. We're there. We're here.
Do remember, we are in Black History Month, and we got the Black History Month contest going on right now with Supreme Clientele Barbers and Duzua Wrist Essentials. All right. Mm-hmm. So the deal is on Instagram, go to those two pages, like and follow, pick a picture of a t-shirt on the Supreme Clientele Barbershop's page, a bracelet on the Duzua page, send that picture to a friend, and in the message say, I would like the Podical Sons to get us this. We're running it through the entire month of February in celebration of Black History Month and Black businesses, right? So we just want to put a spotlight out there. If you want to know how to support your local Black businesses during Black History Month, follow us on Buy Black Fridays on the IG page. There's tons of vendors already there and links to other vendors that you can find.
Alrighty.
All right.
So you good? You good?
You good?
I'm maintaining.
How are you, man?
I'm maintaining.
You maintaining?
I'm maintaining.
All right, let's get to the business, man. Let's let the fans know what transpired.
Do remember, normally we do our little buy Black Friday, first Friday of the month, support Black businesses.
Yes.
But in Black History Month, every damn Friday is a Black Friday.
It's gotta be, man. It's gotta be.
So yes, we will support our businesses and everything. So where do I begin? I basically auditioned for the Fast and Furious, it's the real life version. Friday I was coming back with my son, and we were on the highway, and we're in Toronto. Well, we're in Canada. We're on the Epic 401, where tons of fatalities happen on that highway. I didn't realize how many until like the police officers told me.
Right, yeah.
So I had an ordeal where I'm driving in the specific stretch of like the Cambridge vicinity. I'm coming for y'all, by the way. Y'all city, y'all ain't too safe for stuff for it. Don't expect some calls from my lawyers. So I'm in that area, and while I'm cutting through and everything, because there's still snow on the ground and all kind of vicious, I'm not even trying to do no epic kind of speed.
Nah.
I'm doing decent. If clicks go to 100, I'm at easy like 88, 90.
Okay.
So I switch over lanes, and I heard like the car kind of go. So I'm like, the snowplows pushed everything to the left lane, the passing lane. So I'm like, all right, let me speed up past this truck. And once I get past this truck a good distance, I'm going to switch over.
See what's going on.
the assholes didn't salt the roads properly. So when I switched lanes, car did a 360. And then it just lined up perfectly when I'm going reverse.
Right.
401 East.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is not supposed to be happening. So I'm damn near shitting bricks. And then the truck driver, the same truck that I passed, he's looking at me. He's freaking out. He just start jamming on his brakes. And then he just put his hands up to block his face.
Right.
Like this, and he's holding one hand. So he's not even looking no more.
He's not even looking.
He's looking. He's like, Jesus, take the wheel. So I was like,
take the wheel. Take the wheel.
Oh, fuck. My son and I were going to die. So then I just said, fuck it. Like, nothing venture, nothing gain. Because I'm used to driving stick.
Right.
And that's so fucked up. Like, this one automatic car that, brother, haven't had for like a year and everything like that,
That's crazy, man.
Less than a year is all gone. So
that's crazy, man.
I pulled the handbrake up. When I pulled the handbrake up, it helped me turn and kind of get aligned again. So when I realized that the car is going right back to the direction where I needed to go, put the handbrake back down. And I'm trying to steer. So when I steer to the left to kind of gain control, as soon as I steer to the right, truck hit. Truck hit. Son was crying.
And what? Because when I first heard the truck, I was like, okay, maybe it was like a dump truck, maybe like a pickup truck. Like I wasn't even
a pickup truck. Yeah,
I wasn't even when they said like an 18-wheeler. I was like, okay, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I wasn't supposed to make it out there, but
that's crazy.
I guess the movements and the things that I did help us survive.
Right.
All three of us.
Yeah.
Because it could have went south for him and stuff as well, right?
Yeah. You really think about it. Just the road conditions itself.
Yeah, because it rained and snowed.
Yeah, but I'm saying, you're saying the three of you, but without the quick thinking, it could have been worse than it already was, and you're just assuming three. But cars are still coming. This is a highway. This is a busy stretch of highway. Cars are still coming, right?
Yeah.
So it could have. Who knows how it could have ended?
Right.
Really, right?
Right. Because where we were at a point where there was another car in the right lane, but I guess they sped up when I went left.
Yeah.
And they just sped up and stuff and kept going because there's 3 lanes at that time.
Got it.
So I'm there after the impact and stuff because my son's in his car seat, so I just kind of reach back to try and just shield him from whatever.
Yeah. You want to brace him.
Right.
And
then I'm just trying to make sure. And then I seen the airbags deploy. So when I see the airbags deploy and stuff on the passenger side, front and the back, I was extra scared because I heard ting, ting. It was like, it came out with so much force that it cracked the glass. So part of the glass was cracked from the impact. And now more glass is now flying from the airbags being deployed. So now I was like, fuck. My instinct is just to protect my son, but I'm still trying to drive and steer. But I'm caught in the drag.
Yeah.
So the momentum from the truck hitting me, it gave it time to stop because he was on the black ice.
Right.
And he couldn't stop. Propelled the car forward. And I lined up and I steered. So when I put both hands on the steering wheel and stuff there, I steered and I caught back and then I just indicated and then made it to the right lane and then pulled over to the side. So from right there, I lost my shit because I was like, in the midst of everything, I couldn't lose my shit.
Right. No, you had to have your wits about you.
I gotta save my son. That was my thing. I gotta save my son. I gotta save myself.
Yeah.
And everything. So when everything popped off, I was like, okay. So I pulled over to the side.
Right.
He's crying. I'm freaking out. Like my hands were shaking. My hands was just stuck in shake mode and stuff for there. So I couldn't even ball up a fist.
Dude, I can't even. Well, it's funny because I'm about to say I can't even imagine, but at the same time, I can't imagine.
Yeah, because you were in a similar situation.
I was in a similar situation, right? And
so is that the initiation process for being a Podical son? You got to be in a fucking car accident.
I think so.
Your life is down there in the balance.
Official. I think.
Is that a swear in now?
I think. We're going to be off to bigger and better places at this point. You've crossed your initiation phase.
I crossed it.
You're a son. You're officially a son.
Okay.
It's like you died and gone to heaven.
Yeah,
Yes.
This is a
You're
rebirth.
an official son.
This is a rebirth.
You're an official son. Because I know, I mean, we can make a light about it and joke about it now.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was a very serious thing that happened.
Man, I was shook. I couldn't speak. Because, like, part of me, I wanted to tell my son, like, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. But when I tried to reach for him and stuff, whatever, and I realized, like, I had, like, blood on my pinky.
Yeah.
Because, like, blood ran from my clothes.
Yeah.
And it ran down to, like, my pinky and stuff, whatever. I was like, I can't even reach like that because I don't want the blood to get on him. So I was like, is he bleeding?
Right.
But the bonus is that he's crying. He's making noise. So I know he's alive.
Right.
I know he's alive.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, the degrees and extent, we'll get to that, but he's alive.
Right.
Because my son is my reason to live, and my son's my reason to die. And I couldn't picture a life without my son from this point on, ever. So while I was shaking, I balled up a fist, and I said, all right, I have to at least trying to get centered. So when I try to get centered, I balled up my fist and everything, and just kind of closed my eyes. Yeah. But last time I looked at the dash, because music is still playing, by the way.
And music's
still playing.
Similar situation with me.
So when I looked, I closed my eyes. It was like 10:39. So I was like, all right, I'm going to call police, and I'm going to call whoever that needs to be notified. But I closed my eyes. I felt like a blink, and then I heard a knocking at the window. Yeah. And it was like 10:44 a.m.
Okay,
so I literally passed out. Like, I think I fainted. Yeah. I fainted.
Well, yeah, I mean.
So I was like, oh, shit. So the guy's like, are you okay? So instantaneously before I spoke, I called my son's mom. I was like, whatever you're doing, you got to shut it down. You got to come get our little man because situation just took place. I got hit by a truck. She's like, you know, I do talk my shit. I do crack jokes. She's like, are you fucking serious? She didn't even think I was serious first too. But I'm like, it's me though, whatever, right? Yeah. So she's like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah. She's like, and then when she heard the guy, you know, the Caucasian dude, he's like, oh, you got a kid. Is he okay? And then she heard an unfamiliar voice. She started freaking out. She's like, oh my God. Where are you? So I'm like, iPhone. I share my location. Right. I'm like, this is where I am. Follow it from there. And at the same time, I'm trying to talk to him and stuff. He's like, are you okay? Do you know your name? So I'm like, yeah, you know. Said my name. Said my birthday. He's like, okay. At that time, the passenger door opened up. There's a firefighter. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I have the tow truck dude here and I have the firefighter and stuff for them to my right. And he's like, oh, shit, you got a kid in the back. I'm like, yeah, gotta get to him. He tried to open the back door from like where my son is in the car seat. And
it was wedged.
Can't open.
Yeah.
Goes to the other door. The other firefighter goes to the other door. Can't open. Get the jaws of life. That's all I heard. I was like, I still can't fully speak yet, whatever, right? Because I was like, I was going to say like, let me see if I can get him out myself, right? So I just shaked off like the blood off my hand. Yeah. Reclined the seat, dropped the back, and then I unbuckled him and stuff. But my son's a fucking tank. He's rock solid. He's not a light kid. He's not a small kid. Try to pull him out. Arm couldn't do it. My whole right side of stuff is damaged. So I'm like, I'm going to unbuckle him. And I asked the firefighter, like, could you pull him out? She's like, sure, no problem. Right. So he came, scooped him. He's like, since you're bleeding, we got to take you both to the ambulance. Yeah. We went to my people say, I say ambulance to hood. Ambulance. So we went there, and when we got there, my son's mom was there, and you know, she was there. She embraced both of us. They checked him out. We stripped him down and stuff, whatever, all the way down to see if there's anything. Yeah. I love my son. He walked away with just a bruise from the car seat on his right leg. That's it.
That's it.
Soldier. If there was no any other reason to believe in God, that was the moment to believe in God. That was the moment, man. Because that car was that fucked where I knew if I looked back and fully assessed the damage, I would have probably lost it because the firefighter was confused that we were both still alive. Yeah. Right? He's like, oh my gosh, thank God you guys made it. Yeah. That's what he said and stuff, whatever. When the door opened, I was like, Okay. And yeah.
And I mean, and that's why I say it's like we joke and we make light of the situation now, but looking back at it, you start to realize, man, what really took place, what really transpired, and then obviously a greater appreciation of the life given to you, and the creator that makes everything possible. Because, like I said, I mean, a similar situation with myself. Car was totaled. I couldn't get out the car.
Yeah, you spoke about it a few episodes ago.
Yeah, I had to wait for the jaws of life to come and cut open the car. And after they cut open literally the steering wheel and the door frame of the car had this leg pinned. And they thought this leg was finished. And after they cut open the car and pulled me out, and they cut open my jeans, like I said, I was cheesed because they was new jeans. They cut up my jeans and they checked my leg, and then nothing was broken. It was like, you must have a horseshoe up your ass, because people don't really walk away from this, let alone not have any type of injuries. So, I mean, you really have to appreciate and give thanks to
whatever you believe in. This is it. I got like 4-leaf clovers tattooed on each butt cheek or something, because I don't even know what to say. Because when everybody had that look, like people on the scene had that look on their face, like you're able to walk out the car intact and everything, I was like, for the most part, yeah. When I got to the hospital, right? When I got to the hospital and stuff for that, I think that was the realization and stuff. So when I got to the hospital, I said, please check out my son first, and then we can take care of me. Right. Because it's COVID time, so it doesn't make sense to have him in there if he doesn't necessarily have to be there. Then, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Of course. When we walked in, the dude, he was on a stretcher, just kind of laying down, didn't pay him no attention and everything. I go to our triage room. When we go to our triage room, they check him out. The doc came in, and I said, okay, give me a minute. Let me take him back to his mother. She's waiting in the lobby, in the waiting room area and stuff, and then I'll come back and everything. So when I was walking out now, the same dude that was laying on the stretcher, the police officer was talking to him, but the OPP in Ontario, the folks that know, not other people's property, but Ontario Provincial Police.
Equivalent to a state trooper.
Yeah, state trooper.
State trooper.
So when he seen me now, like there was two of them. He's like, where you going? We gotta get your statement. Like, you can't leave. So I'm like, no, I'm taking my son to his mother, and I'll be back. Yeah. So I took my son to his mom, and then when I walked back out to the room, the Indian guy, he looked at me and stuff. He's like, oh my gosh, that was you in the red car. So I said, yeah. Yeah. Red's my favorite color, folks. And he's like, you had the child with you? So I'm like, yeah. And he started crying instantaneously. Like, tears. Wow. Streaming down his face and stuff, whatever. Like, like he's wetting up his mask. Everybody's wearing a mask in the hospital. Yeah. And he's just wetting up his mask. I'm like, no. So I grabbed the bed rail because it's COVID. So I grabbed the bed rail. I'm like, it's okay. Don't cry. He walked away just fine. He's ready to go play and do little boy shit. Yeah. And I'm walking. And I'm like, how are you feeling? And my man said, the whiplash got him, and the seatbelt kind of just jerked him and stuff across his chest. But he's good. He can walk and everything. So I'm like, yo, all three of us who were involved lived. Yo. We didn't involve any of the cars, no other damage. It is what it is. Look, I don't know. Our fans out there, I don't know whatever deity that you subscribe to, but I'm just going to say God is good. God is good, I'm just going to say God is good. God is good, man. God is good. So when I went back to the room, I just kind of closed the door. Like I said, God is good. Put my hands together. I prayed. Was thankful for the moment in time that we were saved and spared. And then I gave myself time to feel what I had to feel. I felt a type of way because this man, who I'm assuming is a father, he shed tears for my son, and I didn't shed tears for my son. So I said to myself, I must be a fucked up father for not crying for my own son when this man cried for my son. Yeah. But it was more of the shock because I'm a rational person and I like to just do.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't.
So I was still in go mode.
I think it was more.
And I never gave myself time to kind of just like.
I would say
feel.
It was more of the shock. Yeah,
right.
Definitely.
So I never gave myself time to feel. You know what I'm saying? So when I gave myself the moment to feel, they came down. I cried for like at least like 3 to 4 minutes.
Showers.
Yeah, I just wet my clothes, wet my shirt and everything and stuff for there. I was like, I almost lost my life, almost lost my son's life. This man almost lost his life. It could have been so much worse. I'm like, what if we all survived and we all were amputees? Yeah. A lot of thoughts ran through my head and stuff and everything. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yo, I'm grateful. Gratitude before attitude is we don't just say it on the podcast. I mean, like we do practice it.
Yeah.
You can't practice what you fucking preach. So at that time, I had that moment. Then the police came in there, talked to me, took my statement, and he said my fast acting changed the trajectory of the whole thing.
Right, yeah.
Because he said if I was still going forward like this, he would have ran over the hood of the car and crushed the roof of the car and killed both of us.
See?
And if it went another way, he could have swerved and it could have the domino effect roll. Who knows what kind of explosion would have went off?
Yeah.
So, in any case, it wasn't our time to die.
No.
It was all in God's plan. Things happen, cars and stuff like that are materialistic. That's why you don't put heavy value on that. It's not cars, not an investment. We know what investments are: stocks and bonds, houses, property. So, I mean, I'm eternally grateful. And then after I had the moment to kind of release and feel what I needed to feel, I kind of got back to me being regular Marv. And when I got back to me being regular Marv, I was marvelous again. I was able to crack jokes and stuff for that with the nursing staff, the nurses, the people. Shit, I answered a FaceTime. One of my peoples, Jeter, hit me. Salute to Jeter. What's up, Jeter? She hit me up. She's like, yo, something told me I should just call you. Oh my God, what's on your neck? Neck brace. She's like, I'm like, hold on, let me fix, get my shit together, get my light skinned eyes and my sexy productive look. She's like, everything's a fucking joke to you. So I'm like, most things, most things.
We try to laugh at our pain.
Yeah.
This is one of those times.
Sometimes we laugh, sometimes we cry. Guess now.
This is one of those times. Yeah, it's
baby.
Like I was literally sitting in front of the computer and my phone was on.
Yeah, how did it work from your side? Because when I was laying down, I popped the AirPod in.
Right.
I popped the AirPod in, and when I popped the AirPod in, I was like, okay, well, I'm laying here with the neck brace on.
Yeah.
Can't really do shit.
Yeah.
Might as well just call the people and stuff and just put the word out like, hey, guess who don't got a car no more?
Yeah, so it was so funny because like I said, like
I called you.
To call me. And my phone was on silent, so I didn't see the phone call going off. I'm editing files. Mm-hmm. Sitting, I'm there, and I just see wifey just come down and like she throws the door open and she's like, "Oh my God, Marv was just in an accident with X." So I'm thinking, I'm like, shit, like this is like it just happened, and then I leaped up out of the chair. The jacket, because I was just coming in from something. So my jacket was already there. My keys was on the table. So I grabbed my jacket. And
Did she at least tell you the hospital? Because I'm about to say, where are you going to drive to if you didn't know the hospital?
I thought you were still at, on the scene. I thought it was it just happened. Like, it just happened.
Yeah.
Like you trying to call and reach people. So I'm like, shit. If it's fresh like that, you know what I mean? Let me try and get there as quick as possible because who knows, whatever. And she's like, no, calm down. He's at the hospital already. He's like, he's okay. He's like, yeah, he's okay. X is okay and stuff like that. So he's like, he's going to call me back in a minute. So he said he was trying to call you. So that's when I picked up my phone and said, shit.
I seen missed call.
I seen the missed call.
You ducking my calls? You owe me money, man.
So I said, all right. I said, okay, all right. They're okay. So I think, I don't know if I called you before you started speaking to wifey or...
A mixture of both.
It is a mixture of both?
A mixture of both because I spoke to her and then when I spoke to her, because I couldn't get you and like to relay the message and everything. But then I had like doctors, police, nurses.
That's right.
Going through in and out of X-rays and everything like that because of the injuries and everything. So it was a lot going on.
Yeah, that's right. Because I had I was in conversation with my aunt, and then I had something to go speak to my sister about. So I called my sister in regards to my aunt, and at the same time I asked her if she heard what had happened, and she goes, yeah. You had just spoken to her, and
I started making the calls after the police left.
Right.
I started making the calls to the squad, to everybody and stuff. Be like, hey, in case you didn't know, brother might be crippled. So yeah.
Yeah. So she said, well, you know what I mean, you were gonna get dropped off by her, but so then I said, you know what, I'm closer. If they're gonna drop you off, it's probably make it better to drop you to here, to where I'm at. That way, wifey and sorry, recompose myself. The mother of your child and her don't have to travel that distance all the way into the city, of Toronto.
So hold that, pause that part in the story. So now the thing and stuff is that what's so fucking funny to me and stuff is that in order to get past the red tape, she used a wife excuse.
Right.
So the firefighters, them looking at me as a ratchet kind of wild boy because when the impact happened, my armrest, that's why I put all my condoms.
Okay.
So I put my condoms in there and stuff, and whatever. They went everywhere. So I had a good amount of condoms.
I know confetti!
So I had the condoms and stuff in there, and they're like, oh, his wife is there. They're looking like, nigga. What kind of cheater are you doing? Serves you right, you cheater.
He's probably coming back from his other
hoochies with his child. So I was like, oh fuck. We'll continue. My bad.
Yeah, so I said, all right, I'm gonna give them all a call. She said, call him and let him know. So I said, that's the first time that I called you.
Right.
I'm gonna give you a call and make sure, and then I shot you off the text. So then when I finally got you and I'm thinking in my head, I was like, I probably should just drive there and get you, but I didn't want to say because I didn't know what was going on. So that's why I said, if I've already taken a day off, if you need me to do anything, then just let me know.
Right.
So I already had it in mind to come and get you.
Right.
You know what I mean? So when you said, yeah, if you could come and get me, because listen, man, you wouldn't want her. You wouldn't want I know you wouldn't want either of them to be on the road after that.
After all of that, he shouldn't be on the road
right.
like
I
that.
wouldn't want,
because I told her. So like once he got released to me,
once
he got released and stuff for her, I released him right to her. I'm like, yo, take him home. I'm like, you off from work? She's like, yes. I said, just take him home and just vibe with him and just examine him.
Right.
Let's hope he doesn't have any kind of concuss or he's not nothing like that. Touch wood and just watch him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She's like, how you going to get back to Toronto and stuff? And I'm like, I'll manage.
Yeah.
I'll manage. When there's a will, there's a way. I got tons of people and stuff willing to do it, but I can't put him nor you by yourself through this whole ordeal to drive there when these fuckers didn't do proper road work.
Right.
So, I mean, yeah, did the examinations and everything. Folks, I walked away with bruised ribs, no fractures, cuts on the arm, and a hell of a fucking whiplash pain, I guess.
You got some whiplash?
It's a good thing I ain't gay, so I don't got to throw no neck and chin into the dick and stuff, whatever. I can just lay down, ride the baloney pony moments now in my life.
Take it easy for next few weeks.
Yeah.
Go easy on yourself.
Yeah, I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed. So
That's
like I said,
That's it.
It's a higher power we answer to, and I'm grateful. And everybody's life and stuff. I think the kicker and stuff that kind of had me even more grateful was that they said in that same stretch of road earlier, like around the 7 a.m. mark, there was 2 fatalities. The officer said there was 2 fatalities and kids were injured.
Wow.
So I was like, my son is my reason to live and die. So I would rather die and let my son live. But if he was going to be injured to the point and everything, it would destroy me. I would haunt that fucking highway.
Yeah.
I would haunt the shit out of those workers when they plow in the fucking road. But nevertheless, we here. I'm here.
Man, you're here, man. Thank God.
I'm blessed. Man. I'm blessed. Blessed, highly favored. Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah, so, share the story to the folks.
Salute.
So now we can get back to the shit.
Right,
It's okay. So we polled questions and stuff in the week as usual to the folks at home. Get familiar with this. So the first question and stuff was, who has the bigger ego, men or women? You said men on the show.
I said men on the show.
77% said men.
Okay.
How?
Did we get any like little bonus material? You know how
like
they
little
like to
DMs and everything when they try to
DMs.
chime in the DMs and everything. Yeah. One person said men are full of themselves.
Okay.
And if their dick is not big, their ego is bigger. I was like, that one kind of hurt. It hit kind of different. I always feel like it's still women, but then again, like I said, like from my perspective, from my POV, that's how everybody should answer the question.
Right.
You can go on a chick's Instagram and stuff with her, like at the average woman, and probably at least minimum 5 selfies.
Yeah.
Minimum 5 selfies.
Minimum. Yeah.
So I mean, there's a few group shots I'm always appreciative of.
Right.
But like when you see like the amount of selfies and everything, I'm like, shit, well, you full of yourself. I'm like, yo, you ego tripping on these streets. But hey, y'all says men. All right, fuck it, we run with men then. So yeah. So now the second question of the week, Thursdays was, should you ghost your ex? And 68% said yes. I don't know why the fuck that wasn't 100%.
It was just 68%.
Just 68%. So that's I was curious and stuff for them. I'm like, why? Why was it not 100? Why do you? Okay, I heard some rationale for certain people and stuff, and they said their breakups are not that bad. That's fine. But my thing and stuff is that once you break up and you don't have no future with said person, first of all, never say fuck something if you don't mean it.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You never say fuck something if you don't mean it. Same thing with like my ex and I. I'm like, if we end this, we end this. There's no, I'll date you in 2 weeks, I'll date you in 2 months, or I just need some space. No.
That's it.
No. You want space? Go work for fucking NASA. Okay?
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. Because that's what I'm saying. Like, we said it. So say the sons. Do not play with someone else's feelings when you're unsure about yours.
Yeah.
Right? So if y'all had a clean breakup, it'd be like, okay, cool. I'm gonna go this way, you go this way. May God be with you. Keep it the fuck moving. Be like, hey, I just picked up a sweater. It reminds me of you. Get the fuck out of my phone.
It smells like you.
It smells like you. Oh, hey, babe. You remember that one time we went for that walk? Yeah. Are you still walking nowadays? Get the fuck off the phone, man. Go meet somebody new.
Okay. Well, I mean, what if it's a situation where you were best friends prior to it, and then you try to think, and then it just didn't work out. But the friendship has always been something that was most important.
I can agree.
Yeah,
I can agree to that. But I feel like once you've crossed that threshold of somebody, but like this, you're in a committed relationship when you let the woman see your dick soft.
Yeah.
You let every chick you see you sleep with see your soft dick. Exactly.
It's usually never soft.
Okay, exactly. You don't let these chicks see your soft dick. So the fact that you were vulnerable enough to say like, you know what, you gonna see this shit soft. You're like, hey, flap, you know, when you swing to the side.
Nah, you at least gotta blow the back out first before they can get it.
Yeah, you got several times. Yeah, several times and stuff, whatever, right? So I think for that's big dick energy. My thing and stuff is that this person done seen your full grandeur birthday suit, dick soft and all. Mm-hmm. And then now you guys go from in a relationship to just back to friends again. It's not the same.
Nah, it's
you date somebody. I'm saying you date somebody new. Are you gonna tell them that's your best friend? We used to date before.
I don't know. You probably not at the beginning, not at the jump. So
you gonna lie?
You'd have to.
You gonna lie?
Listen. How many of you often honest right off the rip to a girl you just meet and not know? Once it start getting serious, and you know, all right, it's getting serious.
Right.
At some point, you're gonna have to, you know what I mean? You're gonna have to come with the truth and let it know. Say, listen, I know I didn't tell you before. And I know, I mean, you and Sharita, y'all hang out now. Y'all go out, y'all go out without me. But
I used to fuck
there's
Sharita.
something that you share more in common.
Oh, that's even worse the way how you said it.
Say that's even worse.
Yo,
I might
you
get
share
shot.
something more in common. What do you mean? Get it?
More in common.
Like more in common? To be like, what the
More in common. High common.
Yo, don't be surprised your dick don't try to get severed off that night.
Might get severed.
Yo, I see. I think once you cross a specific threshold, energies and stuff have to change, and people just have to line up and tighten up.
Yeah,
it's a level of respect.
But again, I think when you're like friends like that,
right?
You understand that though. You know what I mean? It's like there's certain things that goes without saying between me and you.
Right.
Right? We just
know.
We're here, right? Because of the friendship we
right.
share, right? So you know you have you got a down ass girl who's not supposed to say nothing.
Mm-hmm.
She's not saying nothing.
Right, but then see, I always say you can swear for yourself except for times of anger.
This is true.
So you know you. So you looking in your head and stuff like, yo, you got this locked down and filed away. You ain't saying a goddamn thing to new chick and everything like that. This person might be in their bag, in their feelings on some shit.
Just don't piss her off.
Not your average. Do you love me? Be like, remember when I used to suck your dick? You be like, wait, what? And then the girl's like, what?
Yeah, wait,
and you're like, drink too much.
Drink.
It's like, yo, we gotta cut her. She's cut off. Cut off. Oh, I didn't cut you off when you shot the club up. You nothing to me, and I had to take a plan B.
You thinking? So it's by all accounts. You thinking? Wendy Williams might have been mad at meth.
Oh, you goddamn right. You goddamn 747 flying fuck right. Yo, It's a slippery slope. So
Slippery slope.
I like to tighten up and cut all loose ends if possible. So that's why I'm like, yo, exes are exes. I ran into my ex. I told you. Ran into my ex a few years ago, like 2 years ago and stuff like that. And we were like in a heavy relationship and stuff, whatever, before my ex-wife and I. Right? So when we were in that situation, I looked and stuff and I said, I'm like, oh shit, you good? I seen her. She's like, we should do lunch. I'm like, no, we should not.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm like, no.
Running into your ex and having a conversation, there's nothing wrong with that.
Nah, she lightweight stalking.
There's nothing wrong with that.
She lightweight stalking because she even told me stuff and she's like, I don't follow her.
Yeah.
And I don't think she follows me.
Right.
But I guess she must find a way to, she's like, yo, you post some stuff one day on your podcast side and stuff. No, on your podcast side. So I was like, so I have my own personal, and I have my podcast. So it's like, what, pray tell, are you talking about? and then when I said it like that, she's like, yeah, this was fun. She's trying to walk off with her kid. I was like, marica. So yeah,
but women always trying to stalk, see how you doing.
You don't think men try to stalk too?
Oh, men try to stalk too, see how you doing.
I think
that's a nature thing. I think
I look
trying
at
to see if you've gone on to better and greener pastures.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, they would just want to know if you're doing better without them.
And what if you are doing better without them?
Then they like
they caught in their feelings.
I
Why?
don't know. Some people are just like that.
I don't give a shit. But like this, if I had an ex and she started dating like a brain surgeon or something like that.
Yeah.
Because I work in medical field, and then she date a brain surgeon, I still want to feel a type of way.
No, but why would you? Are you supposed to end up with who you're supposed to end up with?
Yeah, I want to say you're looking at it as a full grown ass. You know yourself, and you're one with your mind, body, and spirit. Yeah. But other people that's trying to sort themselves out and everything, I still wouldn't give a fuck. Because what you eat don't make me shit.
True.
But there's some other people that look like, no, they need to suffer without me. And they're not happy and stuff, whatever. So like, I wish you the best. All of y'all. I wish all of y'all the best. Every one of my exes.
Listen, man, I have no ill will towards any. You were a learning experience. I've learned, and now I've moved on
to greener pastures.
Yeah, that is what it is. And like I said, you run into them on the road, and a few here and there conversation. Yeah, we should have coffee sometime. Nah, why are we having coffee sometime? How about we run into each other again and continue this conversation?
So pick it up the last time.
Hey, keep it moving, man. Keep it moving.
Yo, let me ask you now. So now, okay, speaking of exes and everything and stuff and couple shit, Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
I asked you this several times before.
Mm-hmm.
And then you tell me all the time. Do you celebrate Valentine's Day?
No.
Does your answer change this year?
No.
Shut the fuck up. You liar.
I ain't celebrating. I ain't celebrating.
I heard dinner plans popping off.
Dinner plans are being made.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's not part of celebrating? Why you can't have these dinner plans February 13th?
We could.
Why you can't have these dinner plans February 15th?
We could.
But you guys are choosing to do it on St. Valentine's Day.
No. Wifey choosing it. I'm going along with the plan.
What a bag of shit. This guy, he's trying to...
I'm going along with the plan, man. I gotta eat.
I bet you are. You're gonna eat something else on fucking Valentine's Day. See, because...
At least I be full.
My thing is, I celebrate Valentine's Day.
Right.
Why don't you celebrate Valentine's Day? I'll tell you why I celebrate Valentine's Day, and you tell me why you don't.
Because for me, it's a commercial holiday for people.
Most of the holidays are.
Yeah. But I don't celebrate holidays.
This is very true.
So Valentine's Day would just fall in one of those holidays that I don't celebrate.
So are you one of those people that say Valentine's Day is every day?
I don't say it, but I try to live by that, and not necessarily every day because as I should. I don't often do, but the majority of times when I think of wifey, I try to do something nice or say something nice. That's Valentine's. For the majority of people, they wait for this specific day to just get their shit. They get their shit off.
Birthday, anniversary, Valentine's Day, and Christmas. Yeah.
To get their shit off, and I'm like, I'm not one for that. I'm like, and that's why I don't celebrate holidays. Like why can't I be giving all year round? Why can't I just love on you all year round? Why is it this specific day now comes around? Because if I make it a habit to say I gotta do the most for you on Valentine's Day, right? The next Valentine's Day comes around, and miraculously the day before I'm broke. I might just be tempted to go all out and rob a bank just so you can have that Valentine's Day that I'm used to giving you.
That's special. That's sweet. Just hope you don't get caught. You better set it off like Vivica.
You better hope I don't get caught.
I mean, see,
you're going to visit me in the jail. Better put that file in the fruitcake or something.
I got you.
Work with me.
We're going to make it pop off. See, my thing and stuff is that now I celebrate Valentine's Day because I feel like not every day is Valentine's Day, or not every day is a special holiday.
Right.
And a lot of times, like these Hallmark holidays, people tend to do a little bit more than they normally would. I'm the type of person, if I'm in a relationship, if I go to the mall, if I see something and stuff for like my SO, my significant other, I'll say, you know what? She might look good in that.
Right.
Or I think that will look nice on her and everything, etc., etc. So I would just pick it up, buy it, and just give it to her.
Okay.
That's a normal type of thing.
Yeah.
But on these specific days, it's like, yo, I feel like you should just at least step up a little bit past the norm, because I feel like once you get to this kind of complacency type of level, people don't tend to strive for more. Like, I got you, you got me, I ain't going nowhere, ain't nothing and stuff. I feel like you still try to get at the person like you're single.
Okay.
So if the peoples and stuff was like, I treat every day like Valentine's Day, do you eat ass every goddamn day? Valentine's Day, birthdays, Christmas, and maybe a Hanukkah if you're Jewish might be just the 4 time of events. You should probably be doing that. You know what? I can't control people's sex life, but my thing and stuff is that, are you doing the most every damn day of the year besides these 4 days?
All right. So Mr. Romantic over here. How many Valentine's Days have you celebrated while you were in a relationship?
Damn, if we're counting it up, whatever. Okay, so I'm 36. 33?
About 33 times?
Well, hold on. Let's kill till, we'll do 28.
28?
So I kill off like 5 years from like, until like kindergarten type of shit.
Okay.
All right.
In those 28 times,
Mm-hmm.
right? How many of those activities were different activities?
What do you mean different activities?
So let's say one Valentine's Day, you went out for dinner.
Right.
Right? Another Valentine's Day, you bought flowers, right? Another Valentine's Day, you went to the movies. Like, how many of those 28 days or those 28 times you've done something totally different?
Well, it's probably me not doing different, but the women probably end up changing. So it's kind of brand new to them.
Right.
So
But you doing something different. How
me
many
doing
times?
something different and stuff, probably about ballpark. Let's say 12.
About 12 times.
About 12
so
times.
So almost half the amount of time.
Yeah.
All right.
A little bit less than half.
Now, I would say you're probably sitting in maybe the 80%. No, I wouldn't even say 80%. That's too high of a percentage. Probably I would say, yeah, because I meant it the other way around. 20%, right?
Of what, romantic dudes?
Of somebody who's actually putting in the effort.
Ladies, shoot your shot.
Putting in the effort.
Ladies,
for
shoot your
Valentine's
shot.
Day. Shoot your shot.
Shoot your shot.
Shoot your shot. Actually,
I may be
putting
kind
in
of
the
crippled
effort,
now because of the ribs is kind of fucked up, but shoot your shot.
right? But we know 80%, it's dinner and flowers.
Yeah.
Some sort of combination. Every year.
That's it though? Yeah. I
Every
really
year.
am a buffalo then, a great white buffalo.
Well, this is what I'm saying. So if you're not going to put in the effort, right, to make this day a special, okay, I agree with you. But if you're not going to put in the effort to make this day a special day, because you can give her dinner and flowers any day.
anytime. Yeah, anytime.
But so this is what I'm saying. It's like people are like who are making the most amount of money on Valentine's Day? People who sell chocolate, people who sell flowers, restaurants.
Yeah.
Those three, they're the big winners on Valentine's
They
Day.
capitalize as shit. So that's why I cook. And I bake my own damn dessert and everything. Shit, I put some chocolate sauce on my own goddamn nipples and tell
Unicorn.
you.
There's a ladies. There's a unicorn, ladies. There's a unicorn.
I think like probably like 4 times I probably went on Valentine's Day like dinner dates.
Right.
Because those ones were kind of last impromptu, whatever, right? Like I always tell everybody, I'm giving out men's secrets here, ladies. Listen the fuck up. February 13th, I call that National Desperado Day.
That's just
Because they're desperate. Those are scramblers. So like probably like 8 times out of 10, you see somebody be like, "Hey, I don't know if you're doing anything for tomorrow." Yes. you get a yes. Yeah. I'm not doing much. Yeah. I guess we can kick it. If they're trying to play low key. And then if it's just not enough time for preparation,
right.
A dinner might come up.
Okay.
Let's go somewhere for dinner. But the lines and the wait and everything, I'm not a fan of. So that's the reason why I like to know in advance to say, I'm going to prep this kind of meal. What kind of desserts are you into? And then we can just kick it and chill everything. But me, I like to see, that's what I'm saying. I listen.
Yeah.
And a lot of times the women that I've been with, whatever, I'm probably picking up, like, I don't want to call y'all B strings, but the leftover ones. Because I'm hearing like a lot of sad.
The one's still on the bench?
No, the ones with the sad stories. The ones with the sad stories to be like, oh, I never had a good Valentine's Day, or I was always alone on Valentine's Day. I'm like, Are you fucking serious? You're a grown ass woman. How? Like, not even like a school dance, at least when you were younger. Like, no, they dumped me, or this person and stuff. Was like,
ouch.
I was like, shit, you live a deprived life.
Ouch.
So I'm like, all right, I'm about to spice your life. And then I had one notion where it didn't cost much. I went to the dollar store. I bought red, white, and pink streamers. Red, white, and pink balloons. Put those streamers up in the house. Blew up some balloons, play a little mood music, cook a little food. Valentine's Day dinner dance.
Yeah. Okay.
The effort. That's all it is.
That's all it is. But
It's-
like I said, you in the 20% percentile.
Holla, ladies. This is
The
time to
80%.
shoot a shot.
Flowers, card,
Candy.
chocolate, candy.
Is that Usher?
Right,
Flowers,
right.
cars, and candies.
I tell you, man. I tell you.
I don't know. See, okay.
So you got this Valentine's all planned then? You got it. You because. Oh no! But wait.
Oh,
Is this the first one as a single man, or is this this? Wait, no, this is the second.
no.
This is the second one.
No, this is the. Nah, this is the third.
This is the third. Okay.
It's the third.
Third.
So
So you get used to this now.
kind of. So the first one was rough. I didn't want to really kick it and do much.
Got it.
Whatever, because just getting over the like bad marriage.
Right.
The second one, salute to Ben Dillinger and his greatness. My man was getting married. So like he was getting married and stuff, whatever. He got married on February 15th.
That's
So
right.
happy
That's
anniversary
right.
to him and his
That's
missus.
Right. Yeah. Happy
And
anniversary.
what happened and stuff was that I was seeing a woman and I told him like, yo, I have a wedding rehearsal to go to. Say the drama for your mama. I was like, nah, for real.
Yeah.
So I Instagram story the whole fuck out of the damn
Right.
thing like, hey,
Valentine's
I
Day.
love love. Love is love. I am here. I wish I could spend it with that special person. And she said, oh shit, you weren't lying. I'm like,
You weren't lying.
I don't
You
go to
was there.
churches on fucking Valentine's Day for nothing.
Nah,
So and then like,
that's it.
then took my man to go get his cut so he could be fresh for the following day for his wedding. So I was good on that.
Right.
And then later became Valentine's Day. So it kind of saved me for some of the lip lashing I was supposed to get because I had my receipts
You
for
had
my
your
proof.
receipts. Yeah, they did. I mean, it's always good to have receipts for your proof because you never know.
And I mean that's
Yeah.
what so even like with this Valentine's Day and stuff, I like to know in advance. So I'm like, this is what I'm working with. What's your diet? What's your restriction? And I'm like, okay, so we're gonna do this. I got you. All right.
Got it.
So it's properly planned. So that therefore it's nice and smooth.
Got it.
So I like to operate like that, whatever, because I want to be like, it's just like a friend type of thing.
Yeah.
It's a friendly type of vibe. And I want you to enjoy yourself and stuff the same way I plan to enjoy myself.
Yeah.
Now, in a seasoned couple, I always feel like seasoned couples and stuff when it comes to Valentine's Day, they kind of, y'all look down on us rookie people and shit
yeah,
like that,
yeah.
whatever. Because you guys look down like pitiful scum. Like, you guys are...
What are we doing this? We're saving our money this holiday season now?
Yeah, but you see, if I'm a seasoned vet in a relationship,
Yeah.
I'm not taking pussy as a fucking gift. It's a rookie shit. You're goddamn right I'm taking pussy as a damn gift. Because I don't know all the tips and tricks yet.
Yet.
But then by the
gotta-
time you put some years into this thing, whatever, I know what you're going to do. What are you going to do? You're going to do windmill, land on the dick. You've been doing that for the past 5-10 years. So pussy is not a gift in a seasoned couple relationship on Valentine's Day. And a rookie shit, please don't be shy.
Don't be shy.
Throw it by.
Throw it. Don't be by.
Yo. But yo, okay, let me ask you this. You're a vet in a relationship game, right? Y'all been together for eons.
Mm-hmm.
Should your significant other be your best friend?
You know what? They may not start off as your best friend, but I think you probably want to,
They become?
I think they become that.
Ooh.
And I think that's a good thing. I think because you're spending so much time with that person, right? It's like you want to grow together. And I think being a best friend, I think that facilitates that.
Would you? So you're saying that's a yes for you?
Yeah, I would say that's a yes.
Let's say you have a group chat going on with your best friend, your best male friend.
Right.
Y'all talking about some ratchet shit. Like, we talking about, like, you know, we talking about these silhouette challenges. We talking about these X-rated busted challenges where these girls that bust down and these land on a dick or a dildo and everything like that. You adding your best friend wifey into this chat?
If I'm adding my best friend's wifey?
No, you're adding your best friend.
Me and my wife
as wife.
But
are you adding her to the chat? Don't avoid the fucking question.
No, I wouldn't add it to the chat.
Why? This is your best friend. You should add your friend to this chat.
No, but I have tons of best friends who are not in certain chats. But what you've just discussed there, me and my wife be talking about that shit. So it's not. It wouldn't be a foreign conversation. No. I see. You know, some women, they hit the words that they say hit kind of different. Yeah. Like, I remember, I seen this. Like, I went to a barbecue years ago. Right. Not even years ago. Months ago. Sorry. That happened recently. During COVID, I went to a barbecue. I was there with somebody and stuff, like, you know, she brought me there as, like, I guess, date or plus one. Okay. We're there, you know, social distance, small group and everything. We're in the backyard boogie. And one chick came up and started talking. She was super friendly and everything like that. She's still right there. The girl I'm with, right? She's still right there. So now she's like, you know, the girl said something about a model and everything. Like, oh, okay. So then weeks later, we had a conversation. I'm like, oh, like the model chick and stuff at the barbecue. Yeah. And like, what model chick? I'm like, yo, the short, cute one with the you know, with the little put together self. Right. The girl said, is that what you like? That's a slight woman threat. Even my dumbass knows that shit. So now you're saying, can you believe this, hon? This heifer out here doing a busset challenge and stuff, whatever. How you think about these busset challenges? Oh, that's what you like to watch all day on your phone that we pay together for? Yo, my wife will tell me she know my type. my wife, she'll take the phone out and say, oh, my ribs. This is what you like, isn't it? This is what you like. Huh? I'd be like, yeah, she look all right. That's good. That's good. But you know what? But like I said, it's like, it's at a point where we're best friends. You know what I mean? So it's like shit like that. We can have the exchange. You know what I mean? At the beginning, the first beginning, it'll never be like that. Right. And at the same time, I mean, we joke and we say, you know, we have the group chat. It's like, I understand if she felt comfortable like that around the fellas. Oh, somebody G-checked me about your comfortable. Oh, comfortable. Yeah. Your patois came out kind of heavy, and people will be like, "Oh my gosh, what is he saying?" I was like, "Yeah, but go ahead." Yeah, but you know, she probably wouldn't feel open like that around the fellas, right? Right, because she doesn't know the fellas like that, and the fellas, and then she probably, some women still want to act like prim and proper. You know what I mean? To the rest of the world, right? So she probably wouldn't feel comfortable in a setting like that. But by me alone, shit, we can shoot it up and shit and talk about almost anything underneath the sun. Okay, in your case, would your wifey DM you like a twerking video of another chick? My wife be sending me busted challenges. Listen, your wife sends you busted challenges? If my wife finds it sexy and attractive, she's sending it to me and asking me, yo, what you think? Like, now, granted, how do you respond? Like, your spider sense don't go off like, is this a trap? My spider sense is tingling. Like, holy shit! I just have to be honest, because my wife is all about honesty, man. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, I can be completely honest with her, and she'll be all right. She'll be cool because she knows at the end of the day, that is mostly something that I would like. Right. So why am I gonna act like, no, she just gonna nigga stop lying? Most men will know. They feel the same way. I seen a video the other day on the gram. Yeah. I think like the girl, she set up the camera in the phone. She's like,
damn, she got a fat ass. And the dude's in the passenger side, and he's like, babe, where that bag at? Did you throw it in the back? And she look in the back, and the man's like, he's doing all this high and low looking and stuff, and she turned back around. He's like, what? He's like, oh, you didn't see it? I think we probably left it at the house.
Listen, man.
Not that many men are okay to say yes. I'm one of them.
Listen,
I'm one of them. I think I'll work on a build-up type of level, like to where you at, whatever, you're golden, because you've put in over, 2 decades in.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
I think when it comes to that point, yes. I think a lot of us, we strive for relationships like that, men and women.
Yeah.
Fuck men and women. Everybody strives for relationships and stuff, whatever like that, right? But I feel like a lot of people are not honest with themselves, and insecurities come to play.
Yeah.
What hinders a growth in a happy and a blissful, successful relationship.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why I just see and stuff, whatever. And I feel like in the process of building, when you're real and you're 100, I think that right there leaves so much room for greatness and little room for error.
Yeah. But I guess with my wife, though, it's just the being comfortable around her and knowing that she wants me to achieve as much as I want her to achieve. And then this it's a relationship, it's a partnership, it's a friendship, it's all these things that, you know what I mean,
that's why you're okay being a cuckold.
I don't know about all that.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know about all that.
I know. Okay. Okay. I just asking.
Up until that point when that was mentioned, everything I said still holds.
Oh, so you still hold the cuckold? Is that what it is?
No, I said everything before that.
Oh, I got selective
Still
hearing. My bad.
Yeah,
My
you
bad.
got-
My
you
bad.
got very
I gotta
selective
get
hearing.
it fucked up. You know, in the car accident,
That's-
my hearing kind of went too
jogged the brain
slightly.
a little bit.
Yeah. The equilibrium in the ear.
I got
Work
it.
with me. Work with me.
I got it.
No, because I think that's dope. Like people are their truest self and accepted.
Speaking of that, right? Real quick, because when you say the true self and accepted, just brought my mind back to the last week's pod with the whole Jimmy Smacks.
Yeah.
Shout out to our YouTube followers, because we had 2 people check in, and I just wanted to give them a shout out and read their comments on what they felt about the episode.
Okay.
All right. So Dion Canvas wrote, I'm bisexual, and it upsets me that Jimmy can't accept the fact that he's bisexual. Love the podcast, though, guys. Definitely subscribe. You guys' energy and amazing. So this is a bisexual man saying he believes that he's bisexual, because we're saying gay for the pay, or bisexual, right?
Right.
Thank you, Dion. Also, the Hood Report. Love the podcast, guys. You earned it. I'm gay, and to answer your question, anytime a man does anything with a woman, he's bisexual. Gay men don't sleep with women and would never. I never slept with a woman and never will. So there's no such thing as a straight man being gay for pay. He was never straight. He was always bisexual. So there we have a straight gay man. A straight gay man.
No, they're called
a gay man
who's never been with a woman. According to my gay friends,
right?
They're called gold star gays. And if because they never even seen or touched a vagina.
Okay.
Right? But if they were gold star, if they were natural birth, now if they were C-section, they're platinum star gays.
Wow.
Because that means they never came close to any vagina. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I see validity and stuff what they're saying.
Yeah.
And salute to both of them. That's just saying, like, you know, they're gay.
Yeah.
And they're true of self.
Right.
And they're putting themselves out there and just trying to fathom why a person and stuff is teetering.
Right.
Yeah. If you can't be your authentic self and stuff, I feel like that's a problem.
This is a problem.
The world we live in now, I feel like it's hard to people to be vulnerable. to expose who you are, because shame and ridicule kind of comes with, if it's not, I guess, quote unquote, to that person's liking, whoever you're talking to. Right?
Yeah.
It's whoever the audience might be and stuff at that time, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, the people today have a problem with being vulnerable.
I think so. I think people today are just fighting with themselves to just be accepted.
Do you think some people are still in the motion to be accepted?
Yeah, I think that's what people are fighting with right now, to be accepted. So being vulnerable, it really doesn't, for them, it really doesn't lend itself, right? It's like, if I'm to be accepted, I gotta portray myself a certain way. Right. So if I have any issues that I'm aware of that might stop me from being portrayed a certain way, I'm never going to ever let those issues come to the forefront, even if it's probably something that's might be minuscule, right? But I just find it within me so big of a problem that I'm not even gonna just acknowledge it.
So you're feeling shame to being vulnerable?
It could possibly be shame. It could possibly be ridicule. How you're perceiving it.
So it's on perspective. See, I'm always on the fence and stuff because me, I'm open. I'm an open book.
Right.
Like for myself, let me ask you. Like for me, I want to say I don't want to speak for everybody, but I want to say for majority of people, I feel like once you leave high school, that's kind of like your time to kind of be, like to not find yourself, but be who you really felt you're okay with being.
Yes.
Right? Like after, like once you leave high school, you leave the grade school level and stuff, like either you go off to college, you move out of town, you do other things. You're more towards tuned into you.
Whereas up to that point, you're pretty much trying to blend in with your peers.
Right. You're trying to be unseen and trying to fit in and everything. Because remember, like primal instinct and stuff is tribal.
Right.
The tribal aspect and stuff of the tribal instinct and everything of being liked. Because back in the day, they exiled somebody, when they put somebody to the side, like, yo, you're different.
Yeah.
You're a witch.
Yeah.
You have a problem. Yeah. All that type of stuff. Now that shit is, I feel like, to me, in my world, that's null and void by the time you turn 18, 19.
Right.
So, as a person, as an adult, let's say you're a man, I won't put your age out there, but you're 40 plus, and you're 40 plus, when did you come to that point where you said, fuck it, you're going to just do you? You're not going to try to fit in, you're just going to do what you need to do. What age? Or a circa time frame?
I want to say probably late 20s.
Late 20s?
Yeah.
Late 20s.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Probably like when I had my first child, 27, around there. I want to say around there.
And all the other times and stuff before you kind of strive to be accepted? Or you would just didn't want to put yourself out there to be vulnerable?
Probably didn't want to put myself out there to be vulnerable. I've always thought I was accepted.
Right.
Like I've never had a problem with not feeling accepted.
Gotcha. Well, you're a DJ too, and everybody go
think,
DJ. Everybody loves DJs. I think
that's the biggest thing of me being a DJ. That's what kind of did it. But the first time that all changed for me is when I got into I got into a fight in jungle. There's me and this
not in the jungle, a spot in Canada.
A spot in Canada.
There you go.
In Toronto.
They probably like, what? This guy left?
He says,
he went to fight.
He went to fight
tigers and shit.
He went fought in the jungle.
Guy.
I got into a fight, a tussle in the jungle. Right? Is me and this next dude. Is actually I actually had nothing to do with it. I was just with the dude. Right? And the dude he got involved with some other shit with the other guys, and they had right now. So I knew nothing about this, right?
Right.
But I ended up in the same situation,
right?
So they kind of they jumped us, right? It's like 20 or so plus, just the two of us. So then after that whole incident, I kind of became reserved, right? Because then I started feeling like, yo, maybe people didn't like me as much as I thought they liked me, right? And then that kind of made me feel like, well, maybe I shouldn't be as confident as I am in the public eye as I used to be. So, because all of that, it made me shy away.
So that one event kind of just changed.
That one event kind of changed me, right?
Because you were putting yourself kind of out there.
I've always been a person that's out there.
And then after this whole jump situation,
thinking like, yo, everybody liked me, right? And like, I would go anywhere because like I said, I'm not the type of person to have beef with anybody. And when it was never that situation, it was the dude I was with, right? Because even after the whole thing, my boy from Jungle was like, yo, bro, like I'm pissed off that you got caught up in that shit because that shit ain't even you, right? Like, and like, yo, like niggas was ready to ride for me, but it's like, yo, I couldn't even, because the dude violated, right? So it's like he had it coming to him. He had it coming to him. I'm wrong place.
You're just victim
wrong
of circumstance.
Place, wrong time. Right? So I was like, you know what? It is what it is. I'm alive. Forget it. But that whole incident
changed you.
Was enough to make me feel, and I wouldn't say insecure, but not wanting to be as vulnerable. Because now I'm thinking if I'm putting myself out there like that,
you might set yourself
I'm vulnerable
to
anything for something like that to happen again.
Gotcha.
So then me being recluse now kind of probably hurt the music stuff in that sort of way. Because places where I would go and be outspoken, because as a DJ, you got to be outspoken and this, that, and that. You got to be the lifeline. You got to be the line of the party.
DJ Clue. Right. There's a storm.
Left me kind of reserved. It took me a while to just say, no, I got to get back to my regular self.
Right.
And break out of that. So I said probably like around 27 is when, guys, it's always life-changing events, right? It's like, it's always that puts stuff in perspective.
It's a growth and development moment, right?
So at that point is when I had my first child. And at that point I was like, okay, where are things really going from here? How do I change this whole me feeling about the way I feel about myself in the music? Because it's like, I feel like I've now put myself into a cage feeling like this, not being able to be as vulnerable as before, you know what I mean?
Right.
And so I was like, nah, I just got to get this. I got to wipe that out of my mind. Make it a clean slate, like it hasn't happened.
See, I don't feel like vulnerable is a bad thing. Like, all right, what word would you associate vulnerability with? Out of the English language, any word.
I wouldn't
vulnerability, and then like if this is like a SAT test, if a vulnerability equals what word?
You see, what is as soon as you say vulnerability to me, I always think of chinks in the armor.
Like weakness.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like that's the first thing that comes to my mind. Like when I hear that word. Like
it automatically goes to the negative setting.
And I don't think of it as like a negative setting, right?
But a chink in the armor is a weakness, a weak point.
A weak point that can be attacked.
Right.
Right. So I never look at it as a negative setting. And I'll tell you why. I tell you, whenever I hear that word, an image stands out instantaneously to my head. It's an old Kung Fu movie, right?
Okay.
The Kung Fu master, he would only be vulnerable in a certain spot, right?
Okay.
But that vulnerability spot, it would move throughout the day.
What kind of, you know what? Continue.
So depending on
some different shit.
So depending on what time of day it was, like let's say if it was 12 o'clock noon, his vulnerability would be up here, right? Let's say at 1 o'clock, his vulnerability would move here, right?
Yeah.
So the dude who was set to defeat him, he had this golden statue, right? And then the golden statue had all these like different slots where he would drop the marble in.
Yeah.
And depending on where the marble landed, that's where the vulnerability would be. Right. So he would practice fighting and looking for that vulnerability to attack that vulnerability.
Right.
So dude, fight. It's 12 o'clock. Marble drop. Right. And he would like practice. So the one day now he went. He's like, I'm gonna do this. He got it. He's like, I'm gonna do this. He starts fighting the master now, right? Mm-hmm. So they get to they going at it, and I'm just spitting it out. So 12 o'clock hits. And he's like, so he's like, shit. Now it's my attack. Time to attack. The vulnerability is like in his temple, the stop point, right? So fighting. Then he goes and he hits him. Bam! The dude just stood up like this. You know, you got the great, you got the white beard, right?
The long Wong Fu where
I've learned to move my vulnerabilities. You thought it was at 12 o'clock noon here. It's no longer there. And I'm like, yo, just dude's game plan totally off. But dude's like, if it's not there, I've been studying this so damn long. If you manage to move it, it's got to be in the opposite spot. And he just like thought about it 2 times and gave him one of those right into the seed bag.
The nuts.
To the nuts.
I think every man's fucking vulnerable to his nuts.
That's
null and void.
I think like, why'd you hit him in the nuts the first time, bro?
Yeah, pretty much.
Come on, man. Ain't nobody super from that.
I was about to say, see, nah, like, because my thing and stuff is, I think vulnerability and stuff to me means that it takes courage. Because it takes a real person to kind of put themselves up out there. Like, I consider myself like a professional shit disturber.
Right.
Right? I'm the problematic person and stuff most of the time in the room. But a lot of times, I'm just uncomfortable with like a bad situation, and I will say that. But some people and stuff would just sit there in a bad situation and wait for people like me to be like, finally you're here, tell them that the macaroni and cheese is shit. Nigga, I just came. I didn't even get a spoon yet. You've been here for a full hour. Why didn't you say something? You don't want to look weak? You don't want to look bad? Why? And that's what I'm saying. Like me, I think for me to even just walk in and say, yeah, I'm not a fan. Why are you not a fan? And I give them my reasons and stuff like that. Yeah. I think it takes a courageous person to do that. So vulnerability to me means the opposite. The same thing like you. I don't look at it as chinks in the armor. Right. I look at it as like, yo, it's strength. It takes strength to say like, yo, this is just what it is. Love me or leave me. Take it for as
But
is.
Is that vulnerability or is that just being outspoken?
No, that's not even, that didn't have to be outspoken. Because at the end of the day and stuff, whatever, I think with outspoken, it's more of a situation where I want to say a collective.
Okay, maybe not outspoken, or maybe just not giving a fuck.
No, but you can give a fuck. But it's just in your words, because some people might learn tact.
Right.
And some people might not learn tact.
Right.
So if you learn tact and everything, and let's say bring it back to the macaroni and cheese thing, I'm not a fan of your macaroni and cheese, not your average. I said it in soft-spoken terms, and I said it in a way not to create malice. Now, if you take it upon that and you get riled up and stuff, I'm like, I'm just not a fan. Do not be offended. This is speaking about for myself.
That shit hurt, man.
It might hurt, but the whole room has to speak for themselves. So if you turn to yourself and say like,
great, man.
my macaroni is fire. What do you think about my macaroni and cheese? And then they're like, well, it's kind of shit though, but he said it first. I mean, I was thinking. It's not like he's outspoken or he or she is outspoken and stuff, right. But they're just speaking out from their realm.
Right.
How they're not feeling comfortable and stuff about something, and which is kosher.
Okay.
I feel like you're saying you're not happy with something takes a lot of courage. Me Too movement. Yes. If we look at the Me Too movement and everything, if these women said, you know what, Harvey, I'm not digging this one-on-one vibe. I'm feeling uncomfortable. They didn't say nothing. They let him get the little massage with the dick out and everything, and then here we are, post Harvey Weinstein world.
Well, we don't know if they didn't say anything.
You're right. Allegedly.
We don't know.
Allegedly. I jest. I jest. But that's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like it takes a lot more courage to speak about something and stuff that, that might be a little different or might be okay in your realm. Because I feel like in a collective, if we do these things in general, we'll shut down, not even the outspoken people, we'll shut down voices, period.
Right. I do agree. It takes courage to allow yourself to be vulnerable.
Courage, compassion, Like those things. Yeah, that's what I think. So, okay, let me ask you. You think we lost, like, tolerance for vulnerability? Like, for people to show themselves in today's world?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so? I feel like we did. Because I feel like...
Because for me, it's like, it's almost like, we're in this emo world right now.
Emo?
Yeah.
Emotional?
Yeah. I think everybody's super emotional right now. I think things that you not necessarily would be emotional above.
I play Pokemon Go.
Mm-hmm.
If I play Pokemon Go and a specific type of people around people that people play Pokemon Go, first people I think it happened to me probably like sometime in January.
Yeah.
Early in January, so I was playing Pokemon Go. Somebody like, "You're still playing Pokemon?" That sound and that tone.
Right.
They're like, "It's from 2016. You're still playing that?" That right there.
Right.
And I said, yes. Is there a problem? I pay for this phone.
Yeah.
I pay for the data.
Yeah.
And I pay the bill.
Yeah.
Why is that a problem?
Right.
They're like, I don't know. That body language, tone, and everything.
Right.
It made me, like, I want to say, without thinking, saying like, fuck it, this is my phone. Okay? I do what the fuck I want to do on my phone and stuff over here, period.
Yeah.
But now, clearly, my one part of my world and stuff, whatever, you're not a fan of. Why the fuck would I disclose anything else in my world to you? That's what I'm saying. I don't feel like we've lost tolerance for vulnerability. Some people don't tell you exactly the shit. Like, you know what's the wildest thing? The word to me? Guilty pleasure. If you like what you like, why is it guilty? Why are you guilty and stuff for your pleasure? It makes you happy. It makes you feel good. Why is it guilty?
Because some of those pleasures are not legal.
It's called a fetish, okay? It's called a fetish.
Some of those pleasures are not legal. That's why.
It's called a fetish. So even like I hear some people say like, oh, my guilty pleasure is to watch the Kardashians. Me, I don't give a shit. It's your eyeballs. It's your time. I got other shit to do with my time.
Yeah, but some people don't even know what guilty pleasures is. They just want to toss the word out.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, they just want to toss. They just want to make it sound like they're doing something risque.
My favorite.
People like to feel like they're risque.
Yeah, but this is
like guilty pleasure. Get the fuck out.
But joys get frowned upon. People's joys get frowned upon, and then part of that is it makes people become reclusive.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it depends on who it is, though. I don't think, I don't think it's always... think
majority? I'm not saying...
I would say probably half and half.
Half and half.
I think we're in a season now where people just want to tell you shit, man. People want to tell you they're good and people want to tell you bad. But at the same time, it's not everybody. Right? So right. I get what you're saying, but there's people out there telling you shit that you don't even want to know.
Yeah. I dig it anyway. I'm with the shit.
I'm
with the shit.
But there's people out there that's really telling us shit that we be like, you really shouldn't be telling us.
Yeah. I was minding my business and stuff. I think one day, where was I? I know I was at work. And the person knew I was single and stuff, and they're like, dude, how many chicks do you fuck on Tinder? So I was like, a gentleman doesn't kiss and tell.
Right, exactly.
Why? He's like, for some other reason, I meet the girls that give good head on Hinge, and the girls that want to do anal on Tinder. Nigga.
Right. How did we get here?
I don't know. Where the fuck were I? I think I was probably in the hallway minding my business. I was like, what? What?
How did we get here?
I was like, good to know. I'm going to go this way. You go to fuck that way and think about what the fuck you said. Yes, some people just like to share information.
Yeah.
And everything. And I get it. So if we were looking at 50-50, I don't think that's a 50-50 thing.
You don't think it's a 50-50?
Nah, I still feel like it's a 75%. I'm going to keep everything to my dancer and the 25%, quote unquote, outspoken type of people.
Okay.
Like that. That's just me in my realm. So, okay. What do you think the consequences are being vulnerable?
Well, it depends on who you're... I think it would have to be depending on who you're being vulnerable to.
to
determine that type of
So, okay,
consequence.
give me friend, give me parent, give me SO, significant other. So let's start with friend.
Okay, let me do it this way. I think you can be vulnerable to anybody who's riding in your corner. So whether that be family, friend,
parent, and significant other.
Right.
They should be riding for you.
anybody riding in your corner.
If not, you need a new one.
Yeah, I think you can be vulnerable to those people.
Right.
Right? Anyone who stands in a position to hold you down or to hold anything over you, you shouldn't be vulnerable to. So, i.e., a boss at work, right? I.e., a police officer.
Okay.
Right? Because they won't try to intimidate the fuck out of you when they pull you over. Right? You got to stand firm. You can't be vulnerable at that point.
Right.
I.e., let me think of one more. Someone you're going into business with.
Mm-hmm.
Can't show no vulnerability. Right? So in a situation and like that, I think showing vulnerability can actually affect you.
Hurt you. Instead of help you.
Instead of hurting you.
Okay.
But if it's people who are going to ride for you, you're gonna be vulnerable. You allow yourself to be vulnerable because it's at that point.
So give me a consequence then. You're being open and stuff, whatever, to this boss.
Right.
You tell him you like to go to strip clubs and stuff every night and stuff and go nuts and everything, but you still show up and go to work. How is that hurting you?
All right. Well, let's say my boss is someone who's of Christian values. And he frowns against upon something like the strip club.
Well, the strip club's called the church. Don't you give your money to the church?
I may see it like that, but he may not see it like that.
Yeah.
Right?
They should open a strip club called the church, by the way. I should open up a strip club called the church.
They should call it
after COVID.
But back to that example, right? Mm-hmm. So there's two of us. There's me. I do my job fairly well, right? Mm-hmm. Jake over there does the job fairly well, mm-hmm. right? Jake may not go to church, right?
My church or regular church?
Not your church.
Okay.
Regular church. Okay. Jake may not go to church, mm-hmm. but the boss has met Jake's wife and kids, mm-hmm. right? Here I am. I may do a better job than Jake, right?
But you going to my church.
But I go to your church.
Hey! As long as somebody's going to my church.
Who's the boss going to promote? The one with a Christian value. The boss with a Christian value. Who is he going to promote?
First of all, I have Christian values. I would promote your ass because you come to my church. Okay? First and foremost and stuff, like, you're not sleeping with them. You're helping them get forward. You're giving donations to help build.
We've already figured out you're the unicorn, though. You're the unicorn in all of this.
This is true, yeah? This is true. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I know, okay. So it's the consequences to specific people.
Right. And, I mean, my boss doesn't need to know that I go to the strip club. I don't need to share that vulnerability with him. Whether he knows that or not, it's not going to affect my work.
No, your interest in stuff, I feel like what you said earlier.
Yeah.
Before your Kung Fu story. Not everybody needs to know everything.
Right.
Right? I feel like, some people and stuff should be reserved about certain type of things. But I feel like when it comes from, I don't say a sincere place, but I feel like it should come from a place where it's disclosing more of who you are, like morals and principle type of level.
Yeah.
Choose who you deem worthy.
Well, and that's why I go back to saying, if it's somebody who you feel is going to help you move forward in life, that is going to, whatever makes you vulnerable, because they might say, hey.
Right, like friend, family, or like parental figure.
Yeah.
And SO.
And you know what? And you know what? It might even be that boss that's actually looking out for your best interest and really has you at heart. And, and more times you if it's a boss like that, he'll come in, He'll come in, poke, pry. You know, you work for me now, but where do you see yourself in 5 years? Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Opening my own strip club called the Church.
No, there you go. Throw some dollars your way. See you can throw it their way.
Where them dollars at? Yo, okay. Last thing about vulnerability, and we can slide out. Is there a problem with vulnerable men? So, like,
break it down.
We were talking about, like, you know, Music Soul Child with that song, Teach Me How to Love.
Yeah.
Right? I was told the true definition of a man is to never cry, work till you die, got to provide. Right?
Yeah.
So, we have this kind of fixed set way, because I think we're not only just trapped within still gender roles,
yeah,
and specifically, but I want to say the male toxicity and female toxicity, like certain type of roles and stuff in events that just happen to still trying to take place. And certain people feel like a man shouldn't be vulnerable. Like in my situation and stuff, when I explain to the cops,
right?
I explain to police, I'm like, yo, what are you doing? He's like, you know, is this a bad time? We can come back and stuff. I'm like, no, I'm just praying and crying. And the way how they reacted is kind of like, no, they wouldn't really say that. I guess they were probably like, the door is opening and stuff like that. Like, oh shit, fucking breeze and the AC in here is blowing my eyes, making it misty eyed. Like, certain men feel like there's a problem. And because I know certain men, like I told you, one did a COVID shot.
Mm-hmm.
He said he had a type of reaction to it, but he was Gucci.
Right.
Within 2 days, the other one looked at him and stuff was like, you a weak man.
Weakling.
Is there a problem being a vulnerable man?
Weakling. Nah, dude, I think we should all strive to be vulnerable. But again, within certain contexts and certain situations. Now, I say that because I know when we're talking about the whole incident that happened to you prior, you felt away because there was this man lying down, breaking out into tears because
over my son.
Out. Yeah, you found out for your son, and you felt like, yo, am I an ass because I didn't break down? But no, you're not an ass. It's just that at that time, it called for rational thinking. Right? It didn't call for you being vulnerable at that time. Right? But once the time has settled, you allowed yourself to break down and release, right?
But I still feel like, even in a situation where I reclined, like I pushed the seat back and reclined the back, where I physically couldn't lift my son out because I'm right hand dominated, and I couldn't physically lift him out with both hands because my right side is just fucked for the time being. It still showed vulnerability to say, excuse me, firefighter, please get my son out. Right? Because I've been in another type of crash in someone else's car. And the first thing they said, like, yo, turn off the car to prevent any kind of explosion. That's my main thing. So once I turn off the car, everything else, I have a little bit more time and stuff like that. But I'm still moving, like I'm still a race against the clock. And I'm like, yo, I'm weak. I'm the weak man in this moment. Please get my son out. If that's me being vulnerable, I don't give a fuck.
But even when you tell me that, I still don't look at that as being vulnerable. That's rational. That's,
to me,
I don't got this strength in this damn arm to lift this out. So the only rational thing is to get somebody to get my son out this damn car because I don't know what's gonna happen. Right? It's still a matter. It's not you're vulnerable because you're weak. It's recognizing you're weak and you can't do anything at this point. What's the next thing? What's the next logical thing?
But that's what I'm saying. I'm still putting information out there. So whosoever wants to ridicule or shame and stuff and all the above, that's still gonna happen. But me, I'm not focusing on them because I'm one with myself since I've been like 19.
Anybody who's gonna ridicule that at that point, they're an idiot. First and foremost, yes, you're an idiot because the situation still calls for logic. You're not, for all you know, you're not out of danger yet.
Exactly.
So you don't have time to break down at this point.
Yeah.
You still got to be logical. Yes, my arm, I don't have the muscle in my arm to do what I need to do. My son still needs to get out of this damn car. So you're able-bodied. You come get him out the car. Right. This is the assessment I'm making right now.
Yeah.
You're able-bodied. You come get him out the car, right? Once you get him out the car, okay, now what's next? Shit, ain't nobody else in the car? Ain't no... Oh shit! What did just happen? Now you can be vulnerable. Your son's safe. You know what I mean? You don't know what's gonna happen to you next, but at this point, it don't matter. You can now break down. Like I said, so
vulnerability is like my second nature. Well, I don't really consider vulnerability. I just consider me being Marv.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I get
100%.
so like other people and stuff for there, it might just be like that.
Yeah.
And like your strengths and your weaknesses and all the above, and I always feel like you're never gonna always be the best.
No.
So there's always gonna be somebody willing to best you.
Yeah.
So I just look at it like that, but I digress. I don't want to cut you off and stuff. What you were saying pertaining to the Indian dude, because I'm all for the lesson. So you were saying I felt the type of way when the Indian dude was crying for my son.
Right. But it's not. But it was not you not being vulnerable. It's just that at that time, you were still in that mode of, you know what? I'm thinking. I'm still in that logical thinking. But you understand. Once everything was okay, you went into the chapel, and you allowed yourself to be vulnerable. You allowed those emotions to come out, and that's a good thing. Yeah, that's the greatest thing in the world. You
got to give yourself time to feel.
You gotta release. You gotta be able to release those pent up emotions.
Human. It's like, to me, it's human.
It's 100% human, and I only say that because you asked me prior. Okay, so let's go back to the original question you asked me: should men be vulnerable? And I think part of the problem is what we face right now is because we were taught not to be vulnerable.
Hey,
right? It's what we were taught not to be, and
poetic.
Not to be sensitivity, and that's what's lacking with men.
Go.
That's what's lacking with us men today. That's the problem with us men today.
Yes, that's a big fact. Big fact. Can't push on my chest too much. So we're on this side.
Ribs is still
I'm trying to be regular Marv in my brain, but the body's telling me you gotta relax.
I'm with you here.
Yeah, bless your heart.
Big facts for Marv, because he can't do that right now. He can't do that right now.
Well, hold on, man. Thank you. Thank you. All right, man. Let's get to the question of the week and slide the fuck up out of here. Question of the week. Are most people content or complacent with their life? What you got riding on?
I got content.
You got content.
Yeah,
I got complacent.
You got complacent?
I got complacent. Okay, I love when we don't see eye to eye on shit. Fire away, man. Let me hear yours. Oh, you want to hear me first?
Yeah, I hear you first. Let me hear you first.
I feel like when it comes to people, they've become so complacent that like I heard somebody say this to me one day at my hospital. At my hospital I work at, I used to work in the kitchen until I finished putting myself through school.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I got to with things that I'm doing and stuff, whatever now. Somebody told me, I'm glad you did what you did to kind of get where you need to get. Mm-hmm. I'm proud of you. I came here to pay off a school loan, and 30 years have now gone by, and I'm still where I am.
Right.
That person has become complacent.
Yes, 100%.
I feel like a lot of people, certain things kind of come on their belt, and they just stick and run with it. Mm. That's why I feel like most people are more complacent. Now, elaborate for me to content.
I think good amount of people just say, yo, fuck dreams. This is what I can do to get paid. Mm-hmm. Once I do this to get paid, I'll just go ahead and live my life. I don't care to be anything more than this. I don't care to be anything more than that. This is what I'm aiming for right here. And I'm going to cut myself a piece of property out of that.
Before COVID, I would agree to you.
Yeah.
I would agree to you.
Yeah.
But there's so many bootleg business ventures that started from COVID and they flopped. that's why I feel the complacency and stuff came in, because the content aspect and stuff is that if you're content with what you're doing, like, yo, it was dope. There was this older dude. He worked at a Waffle House, like the original Waffle Houses, like down south.
Right.
And this man's been a waiter there for 50 odd years.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Almost half a century.
Yeah.
And people looking like, oh, they should pay him more or da-da-da and all the above. That man is content. He said he put a child through college. He is married.
Yeah.
He is good like God with an extra O. Then you have some other people and stuff that if they were in that shoe, they're like, I would have petitioned for this. I'd have been that. That means you weren't content.
Right.
That man is content.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the content, whatever, maybe I'm not seeing it from my POV, but I feel like when COVID popped up, yo, be content. Some of them people can work from home. No, I have time. I'm going to start this business, that business. What happened to your business? Oompa Loompas ate it.
I have a brother of mine, good friend. He works from home, right? And so the job he does, it's like he knows like the back of his hand.
Right.
Been doing it for
Years,
right? And very smart guy, right? The job that he does, I would say it's below his skill set.
Right.
So I would think he's complacent, right? So I, when I ask him, when I talk to him about his job and stuff like that, and, he'd be like, yeah, my managers always come around and talk about this, that, promote me, this, that, and the third, and, do that. And I go, so yeah, yo, so, I mean, what, why don't you do it? Why don't you go for these promotions and stuff like that?
Right.
And he says to me, why? That's all that extra work that I will have to do. It's not me. It's not doing anything more for me. Why would I want to do all of that for?
Right.
I'm perfectly fine doing what I'm doing now.
That's a content man.
As he's content.
He's content.
And I'm like, damn. I've never looked at it that way. If you're okay with what you're doing, you're happy with what you're doing, continue doing what you're doing.
By all means. I agree.
Listen, man. If you are a garbage truck driver and that shit brings you the amount of joy is, let's say the part of just hanging on to that truck and feeling that breeze blow on your face.
Joy.
Just freaking bling. You have your headphones. You ain't got a care in the world. All you got to do, you just throw shit into a truck every day. And you're content with that.
I agree.
Live your life and be content with that, man. Ain't nobody out here making you go out there to be a doctor if you don't want to be a doctor. Listen, how many people we know are doctors and didn't want to be a doctor, but are doctors because their family or their parents wanted them to be a doctor.
Right.
And now they're a doctor and they're not content with life.
Right. There's a few. That's what I'm saying. My POV, I still see more complacent people than I see content people. Because like I said, especially with COVID, shit, like they came up like tons by the boatloads. I heard 10 people and stuff, whatever, during COVID. Yeah, I'm going to start my podcast. I'm going to do the podcast. I'm like, oh, so you're not content with what you were doing before. We were doing podcasting before COVID and after COVID. So I'm like, oh, you're going to start something now? Oh, so you're not happy with where you were? Nah, I'm going to get this money. I'm going to hustle hard and all the above and rah, 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 and all this type of shit. Cool. So what's going on with that? See, what happened was, I'm like, nah, say the drama for your mama. So that's it.
A lot of people have grandiose ideas. And just really and don't really think about anything.
Yeah, but they have these grandiose ideas because they're trying to get out of a situation.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If you're content with your situation, why shoot for it like your guy?
Yeah.
All right. So the Ask the Sons and slide up out of here. First Ask the Sons questions comes from Roomba. What is the most messed up thing you saw at a sleepover? I'm not gonna lie to you.
You know what? I gotta admit, I haven't been to a sleepover since like elementary school.
You never slept over a chick's house and stuff, whatever, and seen some different shit that happened when you were there?
Oh, that's that what y'all call
Yeah,
sleepover?
that's sleepover too. That ain't your
That's
house?
what you call
That ain't,
sleepover?
is it your house?
I call that shit spending the night. Sleepover sound like, you know what I mean, like we in public school and I'm going, you know what I mean, I'm gonna sleep over. I'm sleeping over Tommy's house.
Different shit, what you seen.
All right, so spend the night.
Yes.
Okay.
You spend a night at somebody's house and then you see some messed up thing.
I ain't really been seeing nothing messed up. I guess I must have dated some decent chicks in my lifetime.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I
have to think about that. But go ahead, Marv, because we know you're spooky.
No, I went somewhere. I seen a girl was kind of arguing with like I spent the night at a chick's house and the roommate and stuff was there, and the roommate's mom came by and they were arguing. So the chick that I was with, she kind of KO'd, kind of blacked out.
Mm-hmm.
I had to go piss. So I was trying to hold it because I hear a little mumbling and grumbling. But I'm like, I can't hold it no more. So I got to walk out this fucking room.
Yeah.
So I walked out the room to kind of go to the washroom and everything. The door's open, so now you can fully hear the argument and stuff crystal clear as day. And the mom was arguing that said daughter stole all her drugs. And then the daughter's like, fine, I have leftover cocaine. You can have this. I was like,
okay.
I'm not coming back to this shit no more.
This was the one that was sleeping. This was her family.
No. It was her roommate.
It was her roommate.
Okay. So I was like, so the next day I was like, yeah, your roommate's different. Be prepared to watch your shit because in case they need money for drugs,
yeah,
your shit might go missing. And
I feel. Listen, man. I feel our viewers and our fans. Mm-hmm. I feel like they ask us these questions because they've already been in similar situations.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to start asking y'all to provide a little background from some of y'all questions because I would like to know.
What the shit they seen? Yo.
I would like to know some of the shit y'all seen out
some
there.
of the shit, if this thing could talk.
Yeah.
Action says, what do you wish was a standard etiquette?
Thank you.
Thank you?
Yeah.
I think greetings, man.
Greetings?
I think motherfuckers just walk up on people and expect the world without even saying like hello or introduction and stuff like that. That was etiquette. Apparently it's not anymore. It don't exist. People just come up to you, start demanding shit. You shouldn't be standing there. Fuck, what happened to hello? Hi, how are you? You know.
What if they start with excuse me? What if they don't say hello but start with excuse me?
Yeah, I can take that.
You can take an excuse.
I can take that.
I can take an excuse.
When you just automatically just come in with a demand.
Yeah. Acknowledge me first.
Yeah.
Acknowledge me. I agree with that. Acknowledge me first.
Goddamn right. A_Aaron. Oh, Aaron. Aha. I like that. What is something that you had at 19 but you don't have now? No random body pain. I miss those fucking days. If I was in that accident at 19, I'd have bounced back like a fucking Gumby.
Yeah. The ability to bleach.
To bleach?
Yeah. Stay up past the certain
hour. Yeah. Oh, I got to turn on my Podical indicator. Yeah, to stay up all night.
Stay up all night, man.
Yo.
I miss those days. You know what I mean? To chill in 2 a.m. in the morning and still have that energy to play video games.
When's the last time you stayed up like damn near all night? Over a decade?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute for my damn self. Shit, I can't do it no more. I'm broken.
Yeah, dude, I'm hurt. I'm hurt.
I'm an old soul. All right. Send him with Associated Sons, little weekly motivation for y'all when we slide out of here.
All right.
Associated Sons for the week. If you're not gonna shoot your shot, just pass the ball.
So says the Sons.
Yo, if you're not gonna shit, get the fuck off the pot. I'm sorry.
Yeah, man. Pass the ball. Listen, man. For every shooter, there's about 6-7 shooters in the wings. Just wait. Just pass me the ball, man. You playing with the rock. You're playing with the rock.
And that's for the Valentine's Day date too. If you don't want to date her on Valentine's Day, send her to the side. Let someone else get a shot. I told a chick that
you know coaches be like that.
Yep.
Signaling you to come off and him to come off the bench.
I agree. Okay, man.
All right.
It's a wrap for the week. Yes, man. Once again, thank you for the love, the support from the peoples and the masses from my car accident situation. I'm still alive, still here, still kicking the shits. We laughing, we learning, and living at the same time. So once again, man, thank you for listening to Podical Sons. Remember, the difference between genius and stupidity is that genius has its limits. Peace and love, y'all.
Peace and love.
Peace. Go Chiefs!
The Podical Sons with not your average Joseph and Sofa King Marvelous.